Good morning, Pickett.
Hey, good morning. Hey, everybody. Bob Pickett. We're here talking with Randy Rogers Band, of course, and his album just came out. Well, I understand from the album that you recorded this in an old barn. Now, did they lock you in a barn for a couple weeks?
No,
What's the
it
story?
was no barn. It was a studio called Dockside Studio in Maurice, Louisiana, out on the bayou. And we spent 12 days there. We didn't leave. It was a real studio. It was
a barn.
In a barn, and it was a studio that quite possibly had once been a bar / whorehouse.
Are you serious?
Really?
Do they charge you admission to go inside or anything like that?
At one point they did, and this guy bought it, and it was just a cool room, and he made a studio out of it, and then B.B. King came and made some records there, and Dr. John, and lots of cool, groovy, bluesy, swampy Louisiana stuff came out of that studio. We found it and decided to go there to make this record and hide from the world, and that's what we did.
For 2 weeks you were in the barn. Wow.
Yeah, 2 weeks, and there was no cell phone service. There was actually a stump, an old tree stump. It was the only place that you could get cell phone service, so you had to go stand there and, do the stupid human trying to get cell phone service thing. So that's the only way we actually got to talk to anybody. So.
Well, how was it working with Radney Foster for this album?
Great. It's our third record we made with Radney, and he actually left me a voice message last night. He sounded like he was pretty happy that the record's finally out. And, it's a breeze, man. He's the most talented dude that I've ever worked with on different levels, not only in the studio as a producer, but, he's a good cook, He's good at being a dad, and he's good at being a friend, and he's a real good songwriter. And, it's anytime you get to work with somebody that is so talented and that you respect and look up to so much, it really does blow my mind that I get to actually do this for a living, so it's pretty cool.
You said this is your third album with Radney. I'm sure you're going to be working with him again for the next one, too, aren't you?
Who knows? He may ditch us. We haven't even talked about it, but I would make another record with Radney Foster if given that opportunity.
Now, what is the story about iTunes? This is the most downloaded album on iTunes. Is that what I heard this morning?
This right here,
Let's plug it right here,
Band,
yes.
Our new record in stores now and available at randyrogersband.com or at iTunes. The cool thing about iTunes this morning is we woke up yesterday morning, we were the #1 downloaded record on country record on iTunes. And then Hootie and the Blowfish, ex-lead singer Darius Rucker, who's a great guy and has a record out right now, then he became #1. And we were all depressed because we were #2. And went to bed last night, woke up this morning, and they tell me that we were back at #1 for a little while this morning. So really neat that without a whole huge, big, wonderful national presence and push, that what we're doing is finally starting to get out there.
Oh, what's next for you on the calendar?
What is next for us is more of this, being on TV and touring and playing shows. And we shot the video for the single. In My Arms Instead is a single, and we shot the video for that, so that should be popping up on your Tube, your CMT, or your GAC hopefully pretty soon. And video looks great. We just saw the rough cut yesterday, and really excited about how it turned out. It's probably the best video that we've shot so far.
It's been a couple of years since your last album. And since that time, you've gotten married. Has that changed your music any at all?
Hallelujah. Has it changed my music?
Yeah.
It's changed everything but my music. I wrote the last 2 songs I wrote this past couple weeks were probably the saddest, most heart-wrenching love songs I've ever written. And my wife gets home from work, and I'm like, hey, let me play this song I just wrote. And she's like, what the hell is that?
Is it me?
Is it me? Is it about me? Like, no, get over yourself. It's not always about you. Marriage is a wonderful thing, and I don't think I could be doing this without that strong love and commitment and support that is at home, because when you're out in the middle of Wisconsin or Minnesota playing and that you're that far away from home, it gets rough. So having her is amazing and pretty much badass.
Well said, well said. Look forward to seeing you real soon. Of course, for all the concert dates, go to randyrogersband.com, right?
Pickett, you're my favorite, bro.
And pick up the new album. We'll let you hold it again for everybody, okay?
All right, this is our new record, Randy Rogers Band, our 6th record overall, our 2nd record at Mercury, our record label that we're signed out. So hope you pick up a copy. My favorite songs are track 6, Didn't Know You Could, and track number 9, right there.
Right there.
To buy myself a chance.
And it took a while to come up with the name for that CD too, didn't it?
Very creative.
Yeah, right there. That's
Randy
easy to
Rogers.
remember right there. Randy Rogers Band.
Hook 'em
Thank you.
horns.